think celebrities do that a lot, and we talked a little bit in the makeup room about, you know, recently you'd made some statements about Ferguson, and then you made, I think, a very nice apology about the statements because they were taken the wrong way.
Well, you know, I was fed up with all the rioting going on there. I was fed up with the people's reaction to all you're doing by rioting and looting and vandalizing. You're hurting your own community, which is insane to me. And that's not a way to protest. And I made a comment, and I know half the comment was worded poorly because I did it very quickly and I was tired, and I just kind of went, I'm tired of this. And the reaction was over the top, of course. And I went back online and apologized. But the statements I made, half those statements were true. When you're a writer, you are an animal. And it ended up being, I think, 95% of the arrests they made, of the 300 so arrests they made, were not from that area. There's people that just came in and wanted to steal stuff. I mean, they were interviewing people as they're walking out with their arms. We deserve this. What do you mean you deserve this? You don't deserve this. And you're hurting your own community. You're hurting the people around there. Do you have a right to protest? Of course you do. I think we should be protesting what's going on. But then a day later, I saw a 9-year-old boy in Chicago shot 6 times. An African-American kid. No rioting, looting there. Where's the rights for this kid? Where's the protest for this kid? Look what's going on in Chicago right now. It's unbelievable.
Well, and of course the media plays a big role in what they decide to cover.
Well, and they always want to go after the negative stuff. They do. You can say 9 wonderful things about somebody, and you say one negative thing.
That's the one
and that's the thing they want to attack, and that's what they want to play up on.
I'll tell you, though, it is fed, and just after working in the media for so many years, it is fed by what people watch. Unfortunately, you know, ratings, there was a saying in the newsroom when I worked in newsrooms, you know, if it bleeds, it leads. And there is a feeling of responsibility on the media's behalf to provide the gory details because people are curious about them. I mean, we're a curious species.
You know, and Don Henley from the Eagles wrote a song about that dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Can I ask very quickly, though, based on your comments, do you think as a celebrity you have a certain responsibility when it comes to social issues? Because I did see your comments. I did think they were egregious. I really appreciated your apology as someone in the African-American community. It was some of the commentary underneath what you said where people felt like they almost had a license to be overtly racist after you made your comments. Do you feel like you have a responsibility to, you know, the people who are out there who will be offended by what you say, or do you just?
No. I do have a responsibility, and that's why I apologize for what I said, because things were taken out of context. When I said to the African community, you know, you got your president, I was supposed to put that in parentheses, which I didn't. Even then, they probably wouldn't have got it. But during the election, when Obama was first put in office, they were interviewing the African community, and we finally got our president. They were saying that themselves. So I was making a play on that, plus I was making a play also during the Bush years when people came to me and said, well, that's your president, it's not my president. So I meant it as a bad joke, and it was worded poorly. And I'm the first to admit it was worded poorly. I am not.
It's a no-win
people
situation.
Who know me know the way I am.
Social
I don't
media.
have that reputation of anything of that in Hollywood. I'm probably the easiest guy to go along, and you can interview anybody I've worked with, any set I've worked on. And I think you'd have a hard time finding people saying that.
Well, I think, you know, and I agree with Don, too. I thought your apology was appreciated by so many people. And I think it
well,
just,
for those who actually saw, because the ones that saw only saw the original one, as my wife said, haters hate.
That's right.
And you can't really stop. You can't stop those people. They're going to be that way. No.
And that's the point too. Is that it just social media opens the doors for people to be hateful.
But
or to
he
be
was
racist,
accountable, and that to me made all the difference in the world. You took responsibility.
Well, you know, I felt bad, and I still feel bad
And
about
if you
it. I
look
really
at the
do.
Facebook comments, you've gotten a lot of well-received. I did not like what you said, but thank you for the apology. I feel that it is sincere. And you even have one fan who's Felipe Phil Beaver, who's a 56-year-old African-American man. He said, we've all said things we regret saying.
Absolutely.
I think you owned up to it. I appreciate the apology.
That's very kind.
Let's move forward.
Those are the comments that are appreciated, right?
Well, sure, because I did. I mean, look, it was late at night. I just flown in that day to a charity event.
We've all done that.
Look, I have the #1 after-school program in the state of California. And 90% of those are Mexican-Americans and African-Americans. I've been doing it for 17 years. So that makes me a racist. That's an interesting way to cover it up for 17 years. And I work with the #1 after-school program. I worked with over 12,000 kids in a state that's hurt. California ranks 50th in public education.
We know.
Can we talk more about that? Because you are doing some fantastic work outside of your acting work. And so you'll stick around. We'll talk a little bit. We've got